welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. If you're new here, then hi, my name's Shivani and I make videos on a whole bunch of things from medicine to fashion to beauty to lifestyle. And if you're not new here, then thank you so much for coming back, and I really hope that you guys are enjoying the content. So today's video is a video that's been a long time coming, but honestly, since the start of the year, I've just been so busy, like with placements, with uni, with a fashion show that I did, that finished literally last week, and that I just haven't had time to edit my New York vlog from over the Christmas holidays. Basically, the structure of this video is the top things that I would recommend doing if you're in New York City at around Christmas, but also generally too. So I've structured it day by day. I've also put what we did at the beginning of each day as I vlogged it, and I've also put in the timestamps as well, so you can just fast forward or click to whatever you're particularly interested in. So the first thing that we did when we arrived in New York was check into our hotel. We stayed at the Wyndham New Yorker Hotel, which was really nice, lots of cute Christmas decorations as well. Hello everyone, it's the first evening in New York and look who is here. Hello! She's here in New York together!
Flatmates on tour!
Literally from London to New York. So we're basically going to do some exploring. We're going to go, well, you know what the plan is. What's the plan?
We're gonna go top to off the rock to a bar.
Yeah.
Look at the whole city view. Then we're gonna go to Saks Fifth Avenue to see the Christmas lights and the Christmas show.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna go to the Christmas market at Bryant Park.
Excellent. And then we're going to go get some food.
Yeah.
Yeah. She knows this place now because she's been here for the last 5 days.
I'm basically
So she's my tour guide now. But I will film as much as I can and take you along with us. We went to see the Christmas tree at the Rockefeller Center first. It was absolutely packed. It was so busy. We then went to Saks Fifth Avenue and watched the Christmas light show, which was absolutely spectacular. Shreya and I just then had a walk around before we found a Japanese restaurant where we got some dinner. And then we headed to the German Christmas markets, and these were really cool. It was actually a lot of space that the markets occupied. There were loads of different stalls. You could practically get anything you wanted, all different kinds of food, and there was a huge ice skating rink as well. We started our day with breakfast at Macy's just because it was so close to our hotel, and we rode the New York subway for the very first time, which was definitely an experience. Morning everyone, it's around 9:45 in the morning, and we are just on our way to the Rockefeller Center. And basically we've got 2 days of sightseeing planned, so you get like this ticket and you get to see all the sights. Oh my God, this is my sister, as you know. We're very excited. So you guys want to say hi? Hi. These are my parents. Obviously you know Christian from before. So yeah, so we've got 2 days of sightseeing, and we're going to do all the sights, the main ones.
And it's Christian's birthday!
And yes, of course, it's Christian's birthday! So we're celebrating in New York, and I will try and film as much as I can and show you guys what we get up to. But yeah, see you later! We also saw the Stranger Things store, which was so cool inside. It had all like the memorabilia, it had like cool setups, etc. This was really fun. It's basically, I think it's bigger than the London one. I feel like there's more to see, and it was just really vibey and just a really touristy thing to do.
This is no, we can't go there. This is really freaky.
Oh my god, I just walked into myself.
It's dangerous, this is. That's a mirror. That's a mirror. This is so cool.
We also paid a little bit extra to see this like Marvel 3D cinema experience, but to be honest, it wasn't that amazing. So it was about lunchtime and we found this super famous taco place, and honestly the tacos were so good. We then had a walk around Times Square in the day before we made our way to the Met. Now the Met was actually closed on the particular day that we went, which we didn't know about, but we still got to sit on the steps and do what they did in Gossip Girl basically.
Are you having a good day, guys?
Hello.
Hi. How's it going? Your first day exploring? Tiring. We're currently in Central Park, walking through. We tried to go to the Met, but the Met is actually closed today, so we couldn't do that. But we got to sit on the steps outside of the Met, like they're doing Gossip Girl. So that was cool.
We then made our way to one of the viewpoints called The Edge, which was really cool. But because it was so foggy, you couldn't actually see like all of the city, which was a bit disappointing. We then had a browse through the mall before making our way to a local diner for dinner, and I got a cheeseburger and fries with some onion rings. And for dessert we got this cherry pie, which was so tasty. In the evening we wanted to go to the Empire State Building, so we made our way there. And the inside of this building was really cool. It kind of gave you a bit about the history of how the Empire State was built and that sort of thing. However, the viewpoint was not as good as the Edge, and it was kind of like this weird like red lighting, and like there were like railings everywhere, so it wasn't like super clear. It wasn't as good as the Edge. We then just had a browse in the gift shop as well.
Hello everyone, I have just gotten back to the hotel now. It's around 9 p.m. and I am absolutely shattered. We've been out since about 8 a.m. this morning. We've been walking everywhere and I am so tired. So I'm gonna have a shower, wash my hair and get a good night's sleep. Because although it's around 9 o'clock USA time, it's actually 5 hours later UK time. My body is still running on a UK clock. So yeah, I'm hoping to get a good night's sleep, ready for tomorrow, which is another day of sightseeing, and I think we're going to start with Statue of Liberty, so that's really exciting. But today has been really good, got to see more of the city, and I like it. Like, I actually do like it. I find a lot of similarities to London though, but everything's just on like a huge, like a much bigger scale. It's kind of like London on steroids basically. But it's nice because there's like a bit of familiarity with it, but then also like I haven't seen anything like it before, if that makes any sense. We actually just came back from the Empire State building now. We went to the top of it to see like the view and stuff, but sadly today's been really foggy, so all the viewpoints haven't been that great, which was a big disappointment because obviously you want to be able to see the city and stuff, but it is what it is. Like, stuff like this happens all the time. So yeah, like, it's fine. It was still a really good experience, and now I can say I've been to the top of the Empire State Building, which is cool. Oh, and in terms of weather, it actually hasn't been that cold. So everybody kind of told us that it's going to be like freezing, like you need to wear layers and layers, but we've been really lucky because it's actually only been like 5 to 9 degrees. So you just need kind of like thermals and then like your coat and, you know, a scarf. But even then, like, you don't actually always need the scarf and like the hat and gloves, because you kind of get hot like walking around and stuff. So we've been really lucky about the weather, apart from the fogginess today, sadly, which kind of affected, you know, us seeing the city and viewpoints and things. But we've got quite a long time here. We've got like 7 days here, so it's enough to kind of get to grips with everything and like see everything too, which I think is the main thing that I want to do. So yeah, as I said, I'm going to have a shower now. I'm going to go to sleep because I'm so tired, and I will catch you all tomorrow. For breakfast, my brother-in-law had spotted this bagel place, which was literally around the corner from our hotels. And this bagel place was absolutely amazing. They had literally every kind of bagel you could ever want. They had all of these like fillings. They were like cream cheese, but they were like different flavors. They had sweet, they had savory. I got the rainbow bagel with a birthday cake filling, and it was like, I literally have no words.
Try the honey maple.
It's so good. Wow. Let me try that one. You want to try some of my birthday cake?
This one's nice.
It's not too sweet.
Try the honey maple sriracha one.
Do you want to try my birthday cake? It's really sweet.
Try the cream.
No, it's not. Try it.
Give me a bit of cream. Tastes like birthday cake, doesn't it?
This one's good.
The Statue of Liberty was a lot bigger than I kind of expected it to be for some reason, but it was one of the highlights of the trip. I really liked this day, and of course we had a browse in the gift shop later. It was really interesting because it gave you basically all of the history behind how the Statue of Liberty was built, etc. And also on the ferry there and on the ferry back, you got really good views of the New York City skyline. So it was about lunchtime, and we decided to get Chick-fil-A, which is basically like a fried chicken kind of place. Then we made our way to Ground Zero and the World Trade Center, and this was a really surreal experience. We actually found a Westfield nearby, which was quite fun. So we went in there, had some coffee and some drinks, and headed to the One World Observatory, which was another viewpoint. Then we made our way to Little Italy, which was really cute. There were lots of little stalls, loads and loads of Italian restaurants. And we just picked one that we liked the look of, and we had dinner in there. It was so good. I had this like spicy tomato pasta. We also got dessert. I got creme brulee, of course, because that's my favourite. We went to Macy's in the morning, which is basically a huge like department store. It's kind of like similar to Harrods, I think. It's got like food, it's got jewelry, it's got clothes. It's got a lot of different departments inside. So we had a browse there. Then we went to Grand Central Station, which is just how you see it in the movies. And it's like very clean, very pristine. It wasn't too busy when we went. I think we went at a good time in the day. So I believe we were uptown. So then we made our way to Central Park and basically walked through the park.
I personally found the park to be a bit anticlimactic, but I guess it looks quite different in the summer. I don't really know, but it's still one of those things that you just have to do. It was New Year's Eve, so we managed to book a restaurant. It was like a Pan-Asian Chinese kind of restaurant, and we had some really good food here. For dessert, we went back to the diner that we went to on the second day, and I got some pancakes. In the lead up to New Year, we basically just chilled around Times Square and we waited for the countdown, and we got a glimpse of the fireworks. Hello everyone, it is Happy New Year. It is currently the 1st of January and it's around midday, and we are currently walking along the High Line, which is like this long walk where you get to see the city, I think. And at the end of that is the Friends Apartments, which I'm very excited for. So yeah, we're walking along the High Line right now. Are you having fun? The weather's a bit dreary today, which is not that great, but still excited to see the Friends Apartments. And we're also going to go to this place called the Chelsea Market, which could be quite vibey. And we're also going to go to the Harry Potter store as well, which is exciting. I think we're just trying to figure out the right way to go at the moment. Christian had tracked down this really famous falafel place and it was so good, so we had lunch there. And then we actually found the Lego store, which was kind of a spontaneous thing, but we went inside and it was really cool. It had like Lego of New York City. So we were just unsuccessful at going to the Harry Potter store because basically they do this thing where you have to scan the QR code and then it gives you like a ticket, and then you wait in the queue for the ticket. The system is flawed, in my personal opinion, because you just end up wasting time going there. So we went and the guy was like, oh yeah, sorry, all the tickets are gone now. We don't have any more for today, even though it's 2 o'clock and it shuts at 7. So I don't know what they plan on doing for the rest of the day. How disappointed are you that we couldn't go to the Harry Potter store?
They're all in Slytherin.
Yeah, it was not good, but we will try tomorrow. For dinner, we really fancied getting like barbecue, like ribs, that sort of thing. So we found this place called Dallas Barbecue, which was literally just like inside Times Square. So we had some time to kill before going into the Harry Potter store for our slot. So we found an eataly, we went inside, we had a look around and we got a snack. The Harry Potter store was absolutely amazing. It was huge, like they included like everything, and of course we got butterbeer. So Christian, how's your first experience with butterbeer?
Not bad, not bad.
Not bad? I actually haven't had mine yet. So good. We walked all the way down Brooklyn Bridge, which I personally really enjoyed, even though it was super cold and super windy. We got some snacks before we soaked up a few more views. Now this is the viewpoint that's actually in Gulhornahor for those who recognize it, so that was super cool. By the time we got back to Manhattan, it was round about like dinner time, so we went and got some burritos from a local place. Hello everyone. We're in the queue to get our COVID test. And it's freezing. It's so cold. So cold. How long have we been waiting?
COVID ban an hour.
Oh, yeah, more than that.
We're waiting an hour.
Been waiting.
After the COVID testing, we went to Popeyes for lunch, which is basically meant to be like the KFC, I think, of New York, but it is way better. It was so good, best chicken I've ever had, and the fries were amazing. We went to this like outlet mall in New Jersey, which had like all the different sort of designer shops in, etc., like discounted prices, so that was really good. We spent most of the day there. Then when we got back to Manhattan, we got some dinner. Morning everyone, it's the last day in New York and we actually got some sunshine today, so the sun is out as you can see, and our flight is later on in the evening, but we're just visiting the United Nations building today, and we're also going to get some pizza later. Where's the other place we're going? You're so annoying, Shreen. Seriously, where's the other place we're going? I forgot.
Columbia University.
Oh yeah, and we're also going to Columbia University because my dad wants to go there. For breakfast, we thought we'd try this local bakery. They had savory things, they had sweet pastries. It was really good. I got this like strawberry filled croissant. Then we headed to the United Nations building, but on the way we saw the Pfizer headquarters, so that was cool. The United Nations building was a bit anticlimactic because they weren't sort of letting people inside and they didn't have the flags up either. We then headed to Columbia University because my dad wanted to go there. On the way back, we just walked through Times Square at around sunset before getting some famous pizza from Joe's Pizza. Then we picked up our luggage from the hotel and made our way to JFK Airport.
And that is my trip to New York City in summary. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Overall, I liked the trip, but it was quite different to what I expected. And to be honest, I don't think that you need 7 days there. I think about 4 days is probably more than enough to do the main things, but obviously the more days that you're there, the more you can cram in. But I feel like we did a lot, and towards the end of the trip we were kind of like, okay, we're like ready to come back home now. In summary, I actually did enjoy the trip, even though I kind of fluctuated throughout. Like at some points I was like, yeah, I'm really loving it, and some points I was like, what is this place? But I think that's probably just because it was a lot to absorb. We were there for a long time, and it's very different to London. Like, I just feel like it's not as glamorous as you kind of expect it to be, like how it is made to be in the movies, etc. Like, it's a lot dirtier in general. I also feel like there's quite a lot of poverty, and like there's like a huge rich poor divide. Like, you'll be like on the street with like Saks and like Macy's and like all these expensive designer shops, etc., but then like round the corner there'll be like 5 homeless people on the street, and like doing drugs and that kind of stuff. Also, people do weed. I think weed has been legalized there, so people do weed all the time. So that's something that I didn't realize before going. In England, you pay service charge, which is like a tip basically, but it's optional in England. In New York, it is not optional. Like, you just do it, and it's normally about like 15%, but you can pick the percentage of the bill you want to pay, but it's like expected, which I thought was a bit weird, but that's just how they do things there. One thing that I really liked about the trip was the food. You got some really, really amazing food in New York. Like, the bagels were probably the best bagels I've ever had in my life, and like the barbecue was so good, the pizza, you must get a slice if you do go. Overall, I did really enjoy the New York trip, and it was definitely like one of the places that I would like to go at some point in my life, you know, like Statue of Liberty, etc., Empire State, all of that kind of stuff, like on the bucket list. So I'm really glad that I went. Will I be going back again? Probably not. Anyway, yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoyed the vlog. If you do have any questions about anything that I did or anything you want to know more on, feel free to just comment in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.